Championship Basketball, Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, and 1ABall.com. The game brought to you in part on Championship Basketball by Bryce Canyon Half Marathon. The starting lineups being introduced here below us. The Whitehorse Raiders in the traveling dark uniforms with the gold letters and gold piping on their uniforms. They come in from down in the other four region. The Milford has a higher seed here, so they'll be coming in as the home team. Introduction to the starting lineups. Lyric Phillips, leading scorer for the Whitehorse Raiders. He scores 18 points a game out. Dwayne Nakai with 21 points per game. Dominic Dance averaging 6 points per game. Here in the starting lineups for the Milford Tigers, Trey Rose averaging 18 points per game. Kylan Tosi 11. Sadler Barnes 11. In the 13 rather, 3 for Alex Montoya, Dylan Cheney, and Luke Swanson also on these lineups here. We have Nathan Thatcher, Danny and John Yardley here on this game. We'll be trading off a little here as the games go on. You Region 20 folks know that Milford could really be dangerous, have a lot of firepower. But you'll also see, Nathan, you haven't had a chance to see these 1A teams, but these Whitehorse Raiders, they have people that can score. You have Dwayne Nakai and Lyric Phillips, both can put the ball in the hoop. Ball is tipped in the backcourt and picked up back there by Dominic Dance. Dominic off on the side to Phillips. Phillips took a little runner off the glass. No. Rebounded inside by Sadler. Barnes. Barnes up court. He's very quick. Pass it off in the corner to Sosi. Sosi bounce pass back to Sadler to the corner. Tries a little runner down the lane from Trey. Doesn't take the shot. Back to Sosi. Ball is slapped away from him. He gets it back. Bring it back out to Sadler. Just pass down the right side for Sadler for 3. Short off the front rim. No. Rebounded up there on the side by Cameron Nakai. Here's Lyric Phillips with a shot. No, he's had a couple of attempts. But you think sometimes watching Whitehorse that they don't just kind of throw it up. They're really pretty good shooters. Here's Sadler, tried to get the pass inside on a give and go to Rose, but it's stolen away in there. Taken out by number 33, Kaylin Tahoney. Back up court with it comes Dwayne Nakai. And it drops in a three-pointer. They just have a knack for that distant shot. I don't know if they just work on it a lot. The post up to Trey inside, let him scoop and score. Got to go in. Trey Rose. He's really nifty around the basket. He scored his 1,000th point in the region tournament in his career. A reach-in going to be called on Sosi. So it'll be their first team foul. Kellen Tulsi. And so the Raiders with the ball. Pass in the corner, trying to set up a pass out deep on an inbounds play to the spot-up shooter, Dwayne Nakai, who just drained that 3 to start the game, but a little off. Back up court, Trey Rose. Trey pass across the side, tipped away but picked up by Sosi. In the lane to just end the game is Alex Montoya. Here's Sosi for 3. Got it! Three-pointer on the for Sosi. There's a bounce pass down the lane, up the ball up. No, it's going to be called a foul on the drive. I was taking the ball to the hoop inside for the Tigers from Milford was Dylan Cheney of the ball. So that goes as personal. One on each team then. Gets the ball back and shoots it up and in. Cheney. Here's a shot blocked by Cheney. Taken out of there. Long lead pass to Rose. He saves it inbounds. Back out on the top. Sadler for three. Got it! You're listening to basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Network and live stream on 1aball.com.
Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting goods
right
needs. Legacy Ace Hardware proudly supporting Utah high school athletics.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. So this is you, and then this is me right here.
Mike's Food Town in Beaver, Utah, believes in giving their customers a great variety of products, superior customer service at an affordable price. We appreciate our customers' loyalty and wish the Milford Tigers success in the postseason.
Really like the guard play so far by Sadler Barnes on Milford. He seems to be connected on both sides of the ball. Early 5 points for him.
Milford's opened up to 12-3 lead. Pretty obvious.
Yeah, I just like their speed overall. I think they've got the ability to, really win the battle of the fast break, and so far I've seen that early in this first quarter. Yeah, in order for them to try and get back into this, they're going to need some more players, especially in these starting roles, to try and get some scoring going. As you said, Dwayne Nakai has the early 5 for the Whitehorse boys. Good job that time by Larry Phillips to steal that ball away. Yeah, Tahone looked like he had a good angle getting down to the basket, but obviously wasn't able to finish, and then fouls right after the rebound. Yeah, for sure. Jay's presence in the post so far has been very impressive. I think he's been able to get things done, and as we've seen, he's got an early 4.
Driving the lane.
We're waiting for him to get on outside. Yeah, he had a good look at the rim right there, 2 feet from the basket. Cheney's had, like I said, he's got the size advantage as you see if you look out on the court. He's got about a few inches on everyone else on Whitehorse.
Milford Memorial Hospital provides excellent emergency.
Well, how's it going, guys?
It's going good.
That's too bad that Bryce Valley didn't.
Yeah.
They
said they got
chances.
outdefended.
Yeah.
Just guarding them better.
Yeah, they were really good at their 2-3 zone. They just pushed it up, and they couldn't really get anything going.
In the 1A region and state basketball.
Hey, Dad,
tournaments.
I think what we're trying to do
Our
every time we
providers and
sign
staff
off,
are here to
we're going
help
to say
keep our community
this
healthy
is
and
1A.
safe.
Yeah.
We have clinics
Every
in
time we
Beaver,
sign off,
Milford,
we'll show you
and
that.
Merrill.
You like car shows?
We'll show it
Well,
to you. We made it to that
trucks from all
list
over
and
come for
a
you to
few
enjoy
extras
the
for
Penguin Truck Show.
maybe
It's
two
a
or
won
four
that
Friday
game.
guys.
night on the 4th of July
Wayne,
weekend.
but
Friday
it was
night
closer
is the
than we
light
thought it
show
would
on
be.
Penguin Main Street from 8 to 10:30.
Whitehorse did a good job in that.
Saturday,
It
the
was
show
fun
will
to
be
watch.
at the Penguin City Park.
You're gonna have to be as kind as you can
Truck
because
registration is $75.
he
We
goes
support
to
all the
Whitey,
truck
you're running
drivers that
plans.
make our communities better.
Hey,
We wish all
this is
teams
the gospel of
success.
repentance. We believe in
Smithfield
that.
Farms is headquartered in Milford, Utah, with operations
Dad, I
throughout
think that was number
southern
5 that made
Utah.
that
Why don't
shot.
you take the
Produce
play-by-play
good food
and you take the
responsibly.
play-by-play to start the
Smithfield
second half.
Farms,
Okay.
proud to support the Milford Tigers.
Yeah, lots of scoring. So exciting to watch. I think it'll be interesting to see how Whitehorse adjusts. They're able to stay in it just a little bit. Let's see if they can keep it just as close in the second quarter. Yeah, and I just think, like I said before, I feel like everyone on that team has a role. Like they know what they're supposed to do, and he just seems to understand his. I mean, it's only the first 2 minutes here in the second quarter. He's already got 4 threes. Incredible. Yeah, great job by Milford early. We've already mentioned their speed multiple times, but I think at other times it's causing them to throw some errant passes. Luckily, Whitehorse gets a turnover right after. Milford's able to get it back, and now it looks like Luke Swanson's going to be at the line for 2. Yeah, just one miss so far, so hopefully we'll see how that goes later on in the game. But again, he's got the hot hand early. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the key for your Whitehorse. I think Milford's going to show you their athleticism on both sides of the ball. You got to get into the paint or either get open looks on the outside, and that time Phillips able to drive in and get into the Legacy Ace hardware free throw line for 2.
First one was good. So here in the second quarter, we'd like to present our Fab Rats trivia of the game. And remember, fans, you can text us if you have our number, or you can email us. Both details are good at uhsslive@gmail.com. What was the name of the first Fab Rats video? If you can tell us that, you can score a free Fab Rats t-shirt. You can pick it up at the SBC. If you'll email us or text us the answer to that question, what was your first family-friendly entertainment episode? It was made away by Trey rolls. The Tigers kind of flex their muscles on both sides of the court. And they lead by
12. Make it 14 as the shot's up and good by Barnes. So, welcome back here. It sounds like we are muted. The shot is good and one as Trey Rose hits a big three on one end, and we have a 2-and-1 opportunity for Nakai.
Right,
Nope, the
right.
foul's going to be called prior to the shot,
Right.
so that'll wipe that off.
Right.
Trey Rose hits a big three-pointer moments ago.
Yeah.
Very chasing the squares. Nakai,
Tyler Barnes with the rebound, and back the other way come the Milford Tigers. Here's Trey, hands to Swanson. Swanson drives inside, the ball's knocked out of his hands. It's loose on the floor. Picked up by Swanson. Swanson to Montoya. Montoya in the corner to Rose. Rose doesn't take the three, drives instead, elevates, and passes too tall. So, we'll remind you fans, it sounds like we are off the air. We have our Fab Rats trivia, and remember, all tournament long, you can score a free Fab Rats shirt if you can answer the trivia first. You can send us your answer at uhsslive@gmail.com, or you can text us or come up. The shirts you can pick up if you win over at the SVC. So the first question is, the question for this game is, what was the name of Fab Rat's first video as Trey Rose makes a shot on the other end? So if you can tell us what the name is of their first video, you can score a free shirt. All right, we'll take a quick break as Rose makes a shot. It's 34-18. You're tuned in to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce. With the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The Ice Ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at ruby'sinn.com.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Half Marathon. We moved up a week. We'll be in July this year. We appreciate the work on the scores. We have now updated on your screen and hope you're enjoying today's broadcast. Here's Nakai. He's fouling his way to the basket, and he's a handful. That Dwayne Nakai is a good athlete. He can score from the inside and outside, and he's a problem for defenses.
Yeah, and I think he's got an advantage in terms of height and physicality. Able to see him take advantage of that early in this first half.
Dwayne, one of the scoring leaders in the 1A ranks. Fans, this presentation today is brought to you by SUU. Stay tuned for their halftime SUU halftime report coming up in just a few moments. TeamHive.live and KTTA channel 8.1. Lots of ways you can tune in to the State 1A Championships this season. Here's pass out on top. Whitehorse Raiders work it to Nakai, the top of the key. Nakai gets a pick, step back. It's going to be an illegal screen. The three-pointer was good, but it's wiped off as the Whitehorse Raiders. We've seen that call a lot more prevalent the last few years. I mean, you're going to get that call for the defender if the screener's moving.
Exactly, and I think that's a good call because the game has moved towards a shooter's mentality, and so I think you have to get good, clean looks based off of good, clean offensive possessions, and that all starts at the screen. So as long as that is clean, then I think we're good. So I'm glad that they're starting to call that more in today's game.
Sadler Barnes has the ball on the right wing, gets down low to Swanson. Nice post, nice steal by Swanson. He's blocked, but he'll return to our Legacy Hardware free throw line.
Reminder that this game is also brought to you by Alton Coal Development, Bryce Canyon Inn and Pizza, Bryce Canyon Scenic Tours and Shuttle, Bryce Canyon Cabins, and Bryce Subway.
Swanson's free throw at that southpaw. He drains it. Makes the first free throw.
He's been able to get the free throw line pretty frequently so far in his time here in today's game. See if he can drain the second.
This one's short out the front. Luke goes 1 of 2 on this trip. 35-17. Nice backdoor cut. Shot won't go down. Tough break. Dominic Dance had another pretty good look at it. We can't get this one to fall. Sadler Barnes directs traffic way out on top. Here's a pass into Rose. Ball hangs, shoot, no good. And Sosi picks up the rebound. Here's a nice dump down low from Rose to Swanson, and he scores it.
Yeah, I think they took advantage of the Whitehorse defense that time, playing a little bit of zone, attack the middle, and they're able to get down to Swanson down to the paint for an easy 2.
Dwayne Nakai has the ball knocked out of his hands by Sadler Barnes, and the ball is tied up. These guards for the Milford Tigers all season long, they just are so disruptive on the defensive end. They do a good job of getting a hand on loose balls and slapping down balls in the passing lane, but they also can do it without fouling, and we've seen all season that these guys don't often get in foul trouble.
Yeah, you definitely want ball hawks on the defensive side of the ball, but ball hawks that do it in the right way, right? Not forcing fouls, but able to go after it, force turnovers, and look, Milford's done that again as they get the ball.
Those two boys among the state leaders in steals. I believe they're 1 and 2 in steals per game, and boy, they're showing that in this one. Score 37-18. It's a full court press now by the Whitehorse Raiders. And they get a steal. Nakai saves it to Dance. Gets the ball back from Dance. Nakai lobs it up. This is Kaylin Tahani. Here's a three-pointer. No. Rebounded by Rose. Tigers push it up. Rose to Swanson. Swanson loses the handle. It's picked up. Here comes Nakai. It's thrown right back by Rose. Rose to Sosi. Sosi goes in, lays it up. No good. Tough break shot. Another steal for Rose. Rose gets the defender in there. He scores it and one.
Lots of errant passes there right in a row, and that was also a theme in the first quarter. I think both of these squads have to slow the pace down, especially if you're on the Whitehorse side. You're trying to get back into the game, slow it down, start getting good open looks. But it's the same thing that it works for Milford as well. Slow it down, get the buckets you want. You can extend this lead even further.
Trey Rose makes the free throw. Great football player as well. He and Sosi teamed up well in football this season. The Tigers have had some great football teams over the years, particularly as of late. Trey Rose working on a fantastic first half. 11 points. His team leads by 22 at 40-18. So long three by Tahoni, no. Sadler Barnes picks up the rebound. Sadler, only a sophomore, passes to fellow sophomore Sosi. He lays it up, reversal, he's got it. Kilo Sosi gets a block on the other end, but a foul's called. Just an athletic team.
Yeah.
Milford Tiger squad.
Yeah, and I just think, like I've been saying this whole first half, it seems like they know where to go, where to be on the floor. Good job that time by Keelan Tahani, though, for Whitehorse driving down into the paint. I feel like he knows what he wants when he wants to shoot, and this time he's able to get to the Legacy Ace hardware free throw line for 2.
Free throw's no good. It's going to be a line violation, so the free throw's actually made, but we'll wipe it off. We've had a bunch of Bryce Canyon City three-pointers in this game, mostly by the hands of this man with the ball. Barnes, he's had 4. Euro steps, lays it up softly for 2. What a skill set, scoring from inside and outside.
That's such a great thing to have in your starting guards, ability to be able to use incredible footwork to create good looks, and we've seen that so far with both Sadler Barnes and Trey Rose.
Sadler with the steal. 16 first half points and gets called for a carry. Tyler and I were talking about this call over in the other gym earlier today. We've seen a lot more of that the last few years. I think referees are kind of cracking down on palming.
Yeah, and that's actually a big topic of concern in the NBA right now, is we have a lot of big scores that have naturally carried the ball like that for years, and refs are starting to call it more.
There's a steal for Sadler after turning it over. He lays it up. Boy, monster first half for Sadler Barnes. 18 points.
Incredible.
For Sadler. .46-18 is the tally. Be a foul on Kilo Sosi at the top of the key. That's the 8th team foul, as you notice there at the bottom of your screen. On the Milford Tigers, 9 have been whistled against Whitehorse Raiders. Here's Nakai. I think the Tigers done a good job against Nakai all in all in this first half.
Yeah, it seemed like those first few possessions, they didn't really know what to do against him. He seemed to be able to get the looks he wanted, but ever since then, they've been able to not only slow him down, but all of his teammates, as this game has just been blown wide open.
Both free throws are made by Nakai to kind of hopefully help stop the bleeding for the Whitehorse Raiders, but boy, it's been an offensive show put on by the Tigers, and not just offense. I mean, the point you bring up, you've held Whitehorse to just 20 points, so doing a great job on both ends of the court. Kilo with the seal, he scores it. Nakai picks up the foul, and Kilo Sosi comes to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
I mean, lots of great scoring right here for Milford. Keelan Sosi's been absolutely balling out right here. I believe right now I have him at 12 points, shooting for 13 right here. Sadler Barnes, like you said, 18 in the first half. Incredible.
Sosi makes it. He's been a really good free throw shooter this season as well. Made some huge free throws in the last game of region, that great overtime game against the Bryce Valley Mustangs. And Sosi has really brought it that game. Made big-time clutch free throws in that contest. 49-20. It's been all Tigers. See if the Raiders can kind of end on a high note at the conclusion of this half. As the ball is tipped out of bounds, last touched by the Tigers.
And I think, speaking about Sosi, it's so valuable to have a big man that can be able to shoot from the free throw line, especially at this level. High school, the free throw line, I think, is a way more important part than it is once you get to the higher levels, and that's great that he's been able to convert once he gets to the charity stripe.
Good point. 12 seconds to go. So Raiders don't take the three, and might as well have just shot that one. A tough turnover against Cameron Nakai. Might as well have just shot it. But with 7 seconds left, see what the Tigers are able to do. Here's Rose with 3 seconds. Trey drives hard base, lays it up, misses the layup, but he's fouled en route to the hoop, so he'll come back to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, where I believe he's 2 of 3 this morning. We've now graduated afternoon. The sun never really changes in the gym, but we're now afternoon. So Rose rattles home the first free throw. Trey's dad, of course, our coach, as we probably talked about in the pregame show. Rick does such a great job back in the saddle, as it were, at the helm. So, after 2 periods of play, it's all Milford. 50-20 is our tally. We'll have our SU halftime report coming up next. You're tuned in to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
SUU is truly dedicated to the students as they help each to succeed in their academic and career endeavors and have the college experience they've always dreamed of.
SUU prepares their students for their futures after graduation.
The hands-on learning you'll get through any of our programs will set you on the right path for future success.
College is for you. Not only can you make it work, but college can be the best time of your life.
No matter what your chosen field of study is, you'll be given opportunities for professional advancement and excellence at SUU.
Haven't finished your degree, but want to? Meet the Finish Line Scholarship at SUU. Up to 100% tuition funding for 4 semesters on us. Apply for the Finish Line Scholarship today. An extraordinary education, anytime, anywhere.
Worried you'll never get your degree because it's just too expensive? Meet the Finish Line Scholarship at SUU. Up to 100% tuition funding for 4 semesters on us. Apply for the Finish Line Scholarship today. An extraordinary education, anytime, anywhere.
Utah Independent Bank, locally owned with branches to serve you in Beaver, Salina, Monroe, and Milford. Our loan officers and staff are ready to serve you for all your banking needs. Bank with people you know and trust. Get custom banking with custom ideas and custom solutions at Utah Independent Bank.
Welcome out to the SUU halftime report. Now it is the Milford Tigers with 50 points and the Whitehorse Raiders with 20. Fantastic game overall by Milford as they're led by point guard Sadler Barnes with 18 points. Closely coming behind him is Keelan Sosi, who was able to drop 13, and Trey Rose with 12. A few key contributors, Luke Swanson with 3 and Dylan Cheney with 4. Cheney was able to get a lot of rebounds in that first half, and if he's able to get at least 6 points in the second half, he'll be able to get a double-double. For the Raiders, though, it's been all Dwayne Nakai as he drops 9. Dominic Dance with 4. Lyric Phillips with 4 as they get an extra 3 points as well. 7:46 left before the second half. This has been your SUU halftime report. Ready to soar with SUU? Check them out at suu.edu. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
You're in Paris with a group from the University of Utah, studying intellectual traditions, like René Descartes, who said, "I think, therefore I am." So deep. Then it suddenly hits you.
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join an on-campus living team. Yes, our freshman experience is refreshingly different. Only at the U.
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org. Trust your smile to Cody Wilson. Located in Cedar City, Wilson Orthodontics creates a fun, efficient environment while perfecting your smile. Schedule an appointment today, 435-586-8980.
Windy Mesa Studios in Penguins is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
For almost 70 years, the Yardley Insurance Agency has been helping people find the insurance that's right for them. They represent several companies, including Allstate and Liberty Mutual, and have friendly staff that are ready to meet your insurance needs. Yardley Insurance is proud to support the Region 20 tournament.
For over 100 years, Bear River Mutual has been insuring Utah families for less. For home, auto, or property insurance, contact Yardley Insurance Agency in Penguich for a quote. Bear River Mutual, insuring the best drivers and most responsible homeowners.
Bryce Canyon National Park. Seeing it in person is nothing short of magical. And this year, as we celebrate Bryce's 100th anniversary as a protected national treasure, there's no better time to take in some of that magic. There'll be concerts, festivals, and other events throughout the year. So start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration. For more information, visit brycecanyon.org.
All right, well, let's take this down to Bo's Auto Parts. They should have the parts to get us going.
Can I help you with something?
Bo's CarQuest takes pride in serving all of southern Utah. Visit us in Beaver, Cedar City, and St. George for all of your auto part needs. We thank you for choosing to shop local.
Beaver County's elected officials want to wish the Milford Tigers success in their postseason tournaments. Come visit us in Beaver County, your recreational paradise and the world's headquarters for renewable energy.
Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit brycecanyoncityut.gov.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by the Windy Mesa Studio on TeamHive.live and KTTA 8.1. Danny, 30-point lead for Milford at half. What are you looking forward to in the second half?
Well, I think if you're Whitehorse, you've got to get Dwayne Nakai into the game. The Tigers did a good job taking him out of the game scoring-wise, and so they've got to get that going. And for Milford, I think you want to keep playing crisp because, assuming you hang on to this 30-point lead, you got a buzzsaw coming at you tomorrow with the Tabby Tigers. So I think you want to end this game being crisp and ready to roll for tomorrow.
Great analysis, and we're looking forward to the second half as this is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah. There will be guided mule rides, vendors, food and fun, arena events, a Friday night concert featuring Bren Hill and Andy Nelson, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday, May 6th. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there. Chisel's Ranch Sorting. This sport started many years ago sorting the cows and the calves, just doing ranch work. We've turned that into a professional time sporting event. We provide a friendly, welcoming atmosphere where all are welcome. Rookie or pro, come and learn and improve your skills.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrick, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we meant it now.
All right. Welcome back in. This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon Mule Days Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on 1aball.com. This is Nate Thatcher on play-by-play here with my man Danny. Going into the second half of the Milford Tigers versus the Whitehorse Raiders. Milford currently leads 50-20 thanks to an outstanding half by Sadler Barnes. Danny, we talked about it a little bit at halftime, what we were looking forward to in the second half. Specifically speaking about Whitehorse, what do you think they can do to get back into this game a little bit?
They've got to start on defense. I think that they have the potential to be disruptive on defense. I think they've got to make life harder on Sadler Barnes and on the Tigers, just making them work a little harder for hoops. And they start off with a layup right off the bat.
Exactly. Cheney able to take control of the paint down low for an easy two right in the third quarter. As Whitehorse comes down, Nakai passes it out to the other Nakai on the team. Dance moving down low, little floater, no good. Cheney with the rebound. Cheney is most definitely going to get a double-double in this game as Rose takes it in the fast break, pump fakes and drops it in for two. Trey Rose had 12 in that first half, now extends it to 14 as their lead jumps up to 24. Nakai loses the ball, able to get picked up there by Montoya, but in the fast break they lose it, they'll turn it over. Back over to Whitehorse. Talked about how good Dwayne Nakai was, especially in the first quarter.
see if he can carry Whitehorse and maybe just close that deficit just a little bit in the second half. Oh, lost the ball there for a second as he drives to the basket. That is Dominic Dance there for 2. Extends his point total to 6 for this game. Interesting zone here by Whitehorse as Cheney grabs the loose ball. Passes to a cutting Rose, back cutting to the layup. And Rose there for another easy 2.
It's just hard to know what to do to stop the Tigers right now. They're just kind of scoring from everywhere on the floor.
As they force another turnover, Sosi going in the fast break, wide open, and it is good. They are not slowing down anytime soon.
Kilo is having a great game. That puts him in double figures.
Whitehorse tried to go fast there. Foul that time down in the paint. Going to call it on Dylan Cheney. And Sadler Barnes here is going to check out. So we've got a sub in for Milford as Colton Barnes comes in. Whitehorse drains a 3. And that is a Bryce Canyon City 3 made by Lyric Phillips. Cheney left wide open for a mid-range jumper, no good. Brought in by Dance. Dwayne Akai now running the point. Switches over to his right. Challenge there by Barnes. He'll take a contested jumper and hit it.
Well, that's the toughest shot as we've seen all day today with the guy right in his grill and was able to kiss it softly off the glass for 2.
Yeah, I think especially with this kind of deficit, you're just trying to look to get any type of points as he's able to get that tough jumper to go. And Whitehorse forces a turnover on Dylan Cheney.
Sometimes Trey Rose can be a little too unselfish, and that time he might as well have shot it, but boy, you love his pass-first mentality.
And there's Barnes with the steal. Down for the fast break, and it is good. Milford now 60-27 as we are 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Lyric Phillips with another 3.
Great job that time by Lyric Phillips. Barnes tries to get a close look, and it's no good. Interesting right there. No effort that time by, looks like Nakai. Nakai came down, or maybe it was Dance that came down with that rebound, and then Cheney just holds the ball and gets the jump. I mean, it goes back to Whitehorse, but no effort that time by Whitehorse to kind of pull it away. Dance down low. Great finish.
Boy, that's just a beautiful basketball play. A pick and roll, it seems at any level, that when it's run efficiently like that, it works.
And Milford once again taking advantage of fast break points, speeding up the process on offense. Whitehorse can't get it done on the other side, but Barnes, he's been able to make a little bit of an effective run here as he's subbed in the second half. 4 quick points.
Looks like Dance is shaken up on the play, as you can see down when we pan down to the other side.
Yeah, he's got a compression sleeve on that left leg, and that seems to be the one that he's favoring.
Boy, classy sportsmanship by the Milford bench as he walks by. Sadler Barnes jumps up and gives him a high five and a pat on the back. And the rest of the coaches, it's had 2 Lady Whitehorse players shaken up in play this morning, and just hate to see that at the state tournament.
Yeah, especially like you said, in this type of environment, playoffs, you want to give it your all. As Montoya tries for a mid-range jumper, no good. And Whitehorse coming down here. Dwayne Akai left open for 3. He'll take it, no good. Whitehorse saves it for the rebound. Saved back in bounds. Tristan Black that time was the man who brought it back in for the Raiders. Out of bounds, though. Whitehorse will bring it in. It'll be Dwayne Akai on the baseline.
Rose and Cheney check out, and Sadler Barnes and Swanson check in.
Looking to get it in. Tries to find Akai there. Doesn't work. Milford with the steal. Beautiful pass from Barnes to Barnes. And he can't get the layup to go. But there he is, Luke Swanson with the recovery.
I just talked to Luke's parents on my way back up here to the booth, and they had to like what they saw on that play.
Luke's got an easy 6 so far in this game, but Dwayne Nakai still pushing and chugging along for his second bucket of the second half as he goes to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line to convert the and one.
He's a good player. Just does a good job of, as you mentioned, he's got good size in these 1A ranks. He's got a strong upper body, a soft touch on the ball, and can really provide problems for you at any level on the floor.
You really seem to like his energy, too. I mean, his team's down 30, but he's still giving it his all as he converts the and one. Brings them just within 30 points. 64-35, Milford leads. A little bit of a press here.
Braden Fisher's checked in for the Milford Tigers, senior.
And Montoya dropping it down low. And Swanson kicks it back out. Goes back in. Barnes pops it over to a wide open jumper there for Fisher. No good. Foul down low on Whitehorse.
I think it would be fair to say the Tigers do have a height advantage against this Whitehorse team, and Luke Swanson's done a good job of kind of exposing that advantage for the Tigers today.
Yeah, looks to get it inbound was Barnes. He's wide open in the corner, but it's tipped by Whitehorse. Barnes gets the tip, passes out to other Barnes. Wide open for a Bryce Canyon City 3. And Colton Barnes has come in here and dropped an easy 7 in the third quarter. Whitehorse, Dwayne Nakai, wide open to the basket. He's fouled, misses the layup, but foul that time on Braden Fisher.
You can just tell Nakai spent a lot of time with the basketball in his hands as he comes to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. He's able to he dribbles well, is able to score with that left hand. Didn't make that layup, but he's comfortable going either way.
Yeah, you just seem to like his handle. And I was talking earlier as he converts the first free throw. He seems to have what a lot of tall players don't have, handle, good shot, and that's needed in today's day of basketball with that type of shooter's mentality.
I really think Dirk Nowitzki was one of the guys that changed that. One of those big guys, a 7-footer that could step out and hit a shot. I mean, now it's kind of a prerequisite for big guys in the NBA to be able to also be a threat on the perimeter.
Exactly, to have a shot. Dwayne Nakai seems to have that here in the 1A ranks. Whitehorse, easy, passes around to Swanson, gets another easy layup. 4-2. Second bucket of the second half. Seems like Nakai's kind of taking things over as he kicks it out. That'll be Black for 3. And a foul on the shot that time by Swanson.
So he'll get 3 free throws from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. The Legacy Ace Hardware in downtown Pigwich can help you with your camping and outdoor and hardware needs at Legacy Ace Hardware in Pigwich.
Black for his first one. It's no good off the back iron. Seems like, well, at least the last game that I called with Mike and John, not a lot of subs, but it seems like both Milford and Whitehorse seem to be getting their rotations in a little bit more, getting some of these guys some more minutes.
Black unsuccessful in his first 2. And going back to a 4-day tournament, it's good to have a deep bench. It's good to hopefully preserve some legs and some energy for day 4.
100%. You usually like to have, I'd like to say probably at least 8 deep to keep your guys refreshed. As last one's no good. Fumbled on the low baseline, and it's going to go back to Whitehorse as Black is not able to convert any one of his 3 free throws.
Good job by the Raiders, though, to get another offensive opportunity here.
Nakai passes out to Phillips over on the opposite end of the floor. Kicked it out before he traveled. Nakai, he picks up his dribble. Back over to Phillips. He loses his. Passes around. Dwayne Nakai for 3. No good. And that time, Milford comes up with the rebound as they shoot a 3 in transition. That time it was Braden Fisher. Whitehorse comes up with the rebound. Phillips now pushing it for the Whitehorse Raiders. Nakai, get a little turnaround jumper in the paint. No good. That time rebound by Barnes. Passes it to the other Barnes in transition. He's double teamed, loses it. Goes over to Phillips, who finds a running Dwayne Nakai in fast break, but stolen by Barnes. Goes to the other Barnes, who passes it way down low on the other side. Milford almost loses it. Barnes catches it on a cross-court oop. Battle for the rebound will go to Whitehorse. A lot of fast-paced basketball right there for the past 5 minutes. As Whitehorse is able to take advantage of Some errant passing and rebounding that time by Milford. Up, but then they passed it away themselves as that time Fisher comes up with the steal. Barnes, pass down low. Kessler, no good. But that time Fisher able to take advantage of the offensive rebound. Milford leads at 71-37 with just about a minute over left here in the third quarter.
7 different Tigers now gotten into the scoring column today.
Just like you mentioned a few minutes ago, you have to have, deep bench, good rotation. Milford is proving that with their scoring statistics. Phillips here, crossing up. Trying to look for a shot, can't find it. Errant pass will go out of bounds, and it will go to the Tigers. Max Williams coming in for Sadler Barnes, who's had just a terrific game.
Coach Earl's really getting his bench in this one, as we talked about. Fun to see these younger players getting a chance at state.
And just to see subbed in, Williams no good on the jumper. Whitehorse comes up with it. Phillips on the fast break. He's going to take it to the rack, and he will be fouled. They're going to call it on the floor, and that foul will be on Taylor Dotson. Oh, excuse me. Yes, they will call it on the floor. Players were lining up like it was going to be some free throws. But Whitehorse will inbound it off the baseline. Great cut that time by Dwayne Nakai for the finish and the foul as he heads to the Legacy Ace Hardware charity stripe for one more.
Dwayne Nakai kind of doing it all for Whitehorse, just doing his best to try to keep his team in this somehow. And
he's already doubled his first half scoring here in the third quarter. He jumps up to 19 points in the game, 10 in the third quarter.
I think he's been perfect from the line.
Turnover there by Milford as Whitehorse takes it on the fast break. That time no good by Dwayne. Nakai will try and punch it up, and he'll be fouled. 17.7 seconds left in the third quarter. And they're going to call the foul on Max Williams. This one will be on the shot as Cameron Nakai will go to the free throw line for two. The Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line for his first few points of the game as he misses the first. And Milford comes up with a rebound off the miss on the 1-and-1. Passing it around. Fisher wide open for a Bryce Canyon City three as Milford extends their lead 74-40. Let's see if Whitehorse can get a shot off before. Phillips, deep three. Rims in and out, no good. Milford leads at 74-40 over the Whitehorse Raiders. This is 1A Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boy.
Haven't finished your degree, but want to? Meet the Finish Line Scholarship at SUU. Up to 100% tuition funding for 4 semesters on us. Apply for the Finish Line Scholarship today. An extraordinary education, anytime, anywhere.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Fab Rats, family-friendly YouTube on KSLSports.com. Remember to send in your answers to the Fab Rats trivia question we had earlier. Milford is just absolutely taking control of this game against Whitehorse as they currently lead it by 34. It'll be interesting to see how both teams play their game out here in the last quarter of this Thursday game up as Milford passing it around, and that time no good by Max Williams for an open jumper. Fast break here for Whitehorse as Nakai able to get it down for his first bucket of the game after a missed free throw at the end of the third. Both teams are still hustling as Fisher, wide open three, no good. Phillips will haul in the rebound. He's pressured this time. Way up front by Taylor Dotson. Nakai able to get it to the other side. Passes down to Cameron. Phillips, wow, a moving three. Airballs it, no good. Fisher brings in the rebound. Fisher punches it forward. Dotson moving forward and gets the layup for 2. That's his first bucket of the game. Another pop three for Whitehorse, that time no good by Kalen Tahoney. Dotson down to Barnes. Barnes, great feet work that time, but not able to finish down low, but it'll stay with the Tigers.
We made a comment earlier today about Milford's prowess in football. Braden Fisher's done a nice job off the bench. They've had a great cross-country program over the years. Of course, finished at second at state and state at 2021 season. Had guys right up in there this year. Great athletes out at Milford.
Yeah, you seem to notice at the 1A ranks especially, you got all-around athletes across the board that play multiple sports very well. As a foul that time on Milford on the inbound for an over-the-back.
Milford is one of the few 1A schools that plays spring baseball, as they play fall football, and they have a good baseball program in Milford as well.
Cameron Nakai will go to the line. And not able to get that one to go either from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw stripe. It'll be out of bounds on Whitehorse.
You know, the issue on that time, Dance's shoes are so bright green that it was easy to differentiate between that and the blue out of bounds line here at Richfield High. So sweet shoes, but it kind of made it cost a turnover that time.
Both Nakai and Dance have got those highlighter shoes on. Makes them stand out on the floor for all the folks at home watching online. Milford able to get it down. Barnes is double teamed there. Pass is tipped, but able to be corralled back in. But it is going to be a turnover on Milford as it goes back to Whitehorse.
That's a tough play for Max Williams because he was hustling, doing what you have to do when a pass is thrown. You got to go to it and breaking that press, and the official felt that he had possession before he crossed the half-court line.
Whitehorse now on offense. Phillips with the drive. Tries to get a tough look off the glass. No good. Nakai tries as well, but Dotson able to pull in the rebound. I mean, you just have to like Whitehorse's effort here. Clearly a game that's just gotten away from them, but they're just still pushing, trying, especially on that defensive end. We've seen the turnover and that pass tipped by Nakai.
Yeah, if you didn't know that the score was what it is, I mean, you'd think they're right in this game, though. I mean, they haven't changed the way that they've approached this game. Hats off to the Raiders on that.
And that's turnover that time on Milford as Whitehorse inbounds it. Lyric Phillips bringing it up. And a good cut that time to the basket by Dance. He's going to head to the line for 2.
One thing I've enjoyed watching Whitehorse do well today is they really look for each other well, this Whitehorse Raider team. I mean, this is a team that has played together a lot. You can just see that. They kind of know what each other is going to do, and it's just fun to watch basketball when there's lots of good passes made, lots of assisted baskets as we return to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
It seems like as the first one drops for Dance from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, that a lot of teams that seem to be out of games, one player seems to kind of take control, try and play isolation ball. You don't see that with Whitehorse. As you said, they're passing the ball around and getting things to go as Dance converts both from the free throw line. Great passing to break the full court press by Milford, but the three-pointer no good that time by Williams as Whitehorse corrals in the rebound one more time. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the last quarter. Whitehorse shoots up a 3, and it is good. That is a Bryce Canyon City 3 made by Elam at City.
Shot by Williams is up and good the other way for the Tigers. Nice play by Williams down in the paint. He gets a hoop.
Phillips looking for a screen. Get it from Dance. Phillips will drive to the basket. Try and get it off the glass. No good. Dotson with the rebound. Dotson will push. Tipped pass. At City able to bring it in, and it's passed over to Nakai, who passes it to the other Nakai. At City for another 3. off the side of the backboard, no good. Dotson rebound, but stolen. Oh, but they're going to call a foul on Cameron Nakai as he reached in.
Fans, we'll take a minute and pause. We never heard an answer for our Fab Brats trivia question of the game. If you can name the name of their first video on that family-friendly YouTube channel, you can score a free Fab Brats t-shirt and pick it up over the SVC. Please email us at uhsslive.com with the answer.
And as we're coming out, beautiful three that time by Colton Barnes, his second of the day and in the half. Bryce Canyon City 3 able to drop from Milford as they lead at 81-47. Nakai able to get a tough mid-range jumper. Dwayne Nakai had a phenomenal third quarter. He's up to over 20 points in the game. Barnes driving, loses his footing, and in return Whitehorse able to drive for an easy fast break as Cameron is able to get his two on the other side. Looking like an NBA All-Star type of game as that time Colton Barnes drives to the basket to convert for an and one opportunity.
I think the players are at least, in the NBA All-Star game, they didn't even think about defense. Like, it didn't even cross their mind, I don't think. So these teams are still working hard. Yes, that the
easy buckets in transition both ways. You're right. I think at least these guys are trying to think about defense rather than in the NBA All-Star game. No one is, as that time no good on the conversion for the and one by Colton Barnes.
I think Colton Barnes has had a fantastic game. It's the best game I've seen him play this year.
Fantastic first round for the small forward as Nakai no good from the mid-range jumper. Whitehorse has a good intensity trying to reach for the ball without fouling too much. The Whitehorse Raiders only have 3 fouls here in the second half. Pretty impressive. Barnes passes it down low. Dotson dishes it outside. That'll be a deep two that is no good by Max Williams. Phillips with another rebound as we're just at 3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Phillips, a fake pass, able to get it down low to Dance for the tough layup. Great job that time by Phillips.
I'm not sure how that ball made it down to Dance, but he was glad it did and laid it off the glass for 2.
I'm not sure anyone knows as Whitehorse gets another turnover. Phillips for 3, no good, way off. But it'll be a foul down low. Looks like they're going to call it on Fisher on the baseline. I think a key for Milford as they move on to the next round of these state playoffs is to understand how to avoid foul trouble, especially as they get into the fast break. It seems that although Whitehorse hasn't been able to close the gap, they've been able to cause some problems here in double teaming, being able to take advantage of errant passes, and I think that's got to be a key for the Tigers moving forward in this year's playoffs.
Yeah, tomorrow with a tough Tabby Tiger squad, there's no room for any lazy passes. I mean, that's just going to be a great game. I'm already looking forward to that for tomorrow.
And Whitehorse not able to convert at the free throw line. But once again, another errant pass by Milford. It just seems like they're a little frazzled here, trying to get it down the court as Whitehorse will inbound it with just under 3 minutes to go. Seems like Phillips is really taking control, though, of Whitehorse in the second half. Seems to know what he's doing, at least on the offensive side of the ball. As he pops up a Bryce Canyon City 3, no good. Fighting for the rebound down low. They're going to call another foul. And it looks like it's going to be called on Milford again. This time it's going to be on Hunter Stewart.
Send Kalen Tahoney back to the free throw line. Actually, I don't have him attempting free throw yet from our Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, but he converts on his first attempt.
Looks like he needed to wait just a little bit just to get it to drop, as that he drops his first point of the game. Looking for his second, and it's good. 83-55 here with 2:43 left in the fourth quarter. Milford still trying to figure out the full court press. They can't, but it looks like we are going to get a foul. And they're going to call it on Hunter Stewart for Milford. Thought it could have gone either way. It looked like maybe Phillips extended an elbow right there, but like we were mentioning a few minutes ago, Milford just can't seem to figure out how to break that full court press.
free throw's good, and it's a fair point as we get a whole bunch of young Tigers, a whole pack of young Tigers, as it were, checking into.
Look at the height differences we're coming in here.
that was kind of the point I was going to make too on that, Nate. Is the primary ball handlers left the game in the third quarter and early part of the fourth quarter, and so these young guys are kind of figuring it out.
And the second one good that time. Phillips, as we get some young Tigers coming. Milford moving it around. Bryce Canyon City 3 popped that time, no good. And it looks like it'll be a jump ball going in the direction of the Raiders. Good on the Tigers to be able to get some guys in this game, try and get some experience as they move forward in this year's playoffs. But Whitehorse still trying, doing their hardest to at least put some more points on the board as Milford gets a steal, fast break points, and that will be a double dribble that time for Milford. And Hunter Stewart will check out as now everyone on the Milford side is deep from the bench. Whitehorse still able to play most of their starting guys as Dwayne Nakai pops a deep three, and it is good. Another Bryce Canyon City 3 for Dwayne Nakai as he has turned it on here in the second half. Tigers take advantage of a fast break as they're able to convert for an easy layup. Whitehorse, the other side. And a foul on Milford as that time Black tries to convert on a layup in transition. He'll be able to go to the line 4-2 as we hit under the 2-minute mark here in the second round game of the 1A state playoffs here as Milford leads at 85-60. Black to the free throw line as he will look for his fourth and fifth points of the game. Not able to convert the first one from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Give a shout out to these young Tigers who just checked in there. Nice principal, such a good guy. Just helped us out with that. Boston Sullivan's number 1, Keisler Merriweather. The second free throw was good. Number 43, Maddox Smith. Number 4, Tanu Tui. Number 41, and Jexton Ashworth. Number 21. Good to see these young Tigers getting some action in the first round.
And another turnover here by the young Tigers from Milford. But they're able to get that easy fast break last time. That could be good to see if you're on the Milford coaching staff. You want to see some good out of your future.
That might be a good band name sometime, the Young Tigers.
The Young Tigers, as that Dwayne Nakai shoots another Bryce Canyon City 3 and drains it. That's his second of the quarter. And once again, another turnover by Milford. It'll be interesting to look at the stats after this game. You kind of mentioned looking at the effort. It looks like this would be a close game. But I think if you look at the turnover battle, it looks like maybe Whitehorse would have won this one. But
we just got a winner for our Fab Rats trivia question of the game. Our question was, what was the first video on the Fab Rats YouTube channel? It was fixing a wrecked Toyota. And congratulations to Marley Johnson. Marley, please stop by the booth over at the SUC and pick up your free shirt compliments of Fab Rats.
And this game coming to a close here as the Tigers try to get an easy layup.
It's Tanu Tui.
And the ball stolen that time by Smith. Out to Black in transition. Whoa! Caught it off of a huge bounce. Not able to convert, but
that was kind of like an oop to yourself.
Yeah, that was
great.
That was interesting.
Just about got it to go.
As Milford will take possession with under a minute now here in the second round game as Milford pushing it along. Smith now stops his dribble, passes it back out. Merriweather passes, gets it stripped. Black here for the layup. No good. It looks like it'll be off his body. And back to the Tigers.
I think this is one of those rare games where every player on the roster is going to get time for the Tigers today. Fun for the coaching staff and for the players.
Tigers will inbound as Sullivan gets it in.
Fans, stay tuned for our Ruby's In post-game report coming up at the conclusion of the game. Shots good by Tanu Tui.
Tui, great finish that time at the rack after missing the first few. No shot clock anymore. Let's see what Whitehorse does, and what should be their final possession as Phillips gets a tough look. Doesn't go down. Milford looking for it in transition. And, whoa, a transition. Bryce Canyon City 3, no good that time by Ashworth, and Whitehorse with a half-court heave as time expires here. Milford Tigers get the win, 87-60. As Danny said, we'll be back with the post-game report. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah high school athletics. Mike's Food Town in Beaver, Utah, believes in giving their customers a great variety of products, superior customer service at an affordable price. We appreciate our customers' loyalty and wish the Milford Tigers success in the postseason.
Milford Memorial Hospital provides excellent emergency, acute, and long-term care. Quality health care with small town TLC.
And welcome out to this is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese on Thive.live. Welcome out to Ruby's Inn post-game report and highlight. Ruby's Inn has been hosting visitors to Bryce Canyon for over 100 years. Danny, we saw an absolutely fantastic game that time by Milford as they're able to get the easy win. What stood out to you from their win over the Whitehorse Raiders?
I just think it goes back to that old song by Botwin Turner, Overdrive, taking care of business. That's what they had to do today. The Tigers need to come in and stamp their ticket to the next round. I thought they were good defensively. They were awesome offensively, and just sets up an awesome matchup between two Tigers tomorrow, the Tabby Tigers and the Milford Tigers in quarterfinal action.
It should be exciting as Milford heads to the next round. This has been the Ruby's Inn post-game report. Ruby's Inn, your gateway to Bryce Canyon National Park. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
The Milford Medical Clinic would like to wish the Milford Tigers good luck in the 1A region and state basketball tournaments. Our providers and staff are here to help keep our